All right, hello everybody. Neck of the Woods with a video. So, I'm actually going to talk about something different that I never really talked about before. I am in the process of still redirecting my YouTube channel into something different. I'm pretty much past my red pill rage and my chip on the shoulder rage. So now I want to talk about other interesting topics that I definitely can talk about and able to talk about when I'm not focusing on other things. So what I'm going to talk about here is the topic of minimalism. Now, there are other people who talk about minimalism here on YouTube. I believe that minimalism is actually a form of being red pill. Now, if you listen to the other content creators on YouTube talk about minimalism or a minimalist lifestyle, I mean, they're talking about it and everything, and they're explaining what it is, but I don't think that they identify as red pill as we red pillars identify ourselves within the community on YouTube. I don't even think they're red pill at all. See, these guys who talk about being a minimalist, and I'm going to talk about what a minimalist is and how it's defined according to other YouTubers and according to the dictionary definition, Urban Dictionary, and a few other sources. This is not all necessarily my opinion. My only opinion on being a minimalist is that it's actually red pill, or an aspect of being red pill. So, a minimalistic lifestyle, it's basically a lifestyle of freedom. To obtain this freedom, you have to live a minimalistic lifestyle, which means the individual puts a stop to their natural urge to consume everything in sight. Like many of us living in Western culture, especially within the United States, this is something that we do. We are prime consumers. A minimalist is pretty much the opposite of a consumer. We consume too much. We consume everything. We have to buy everything. We work hard, we make money just so we can spend it and not save it. That's what a consumer does. A consumer pretty much spends money on food, excess food, oftentimes unhealthy food, fattening food, sugary food, food that might raise your blood pressure, cholesterol. You might get a heart attack or stroke, or more commonly, gain weight. We also have to buy the brand new car, the expensive car. We have to put a brand new stereo system in there. We have to buy the nicest tires and put rims on it, shiny rims. We gotta put a new paint job on it. If a lot of us guys, we usually do this to impress women. And a lot of these women aren't really any good. The ones who are attracted to a guy based on these materialistic possessions. A lot of us guys like to spend money on pussy, whether we're actually going out buying a real prostitute for her time, going to the strip club. That's never been my deal. I've never been into the strip club. I've never been into going on the street buying a prostitute. But back in my previous beta blue pill simp days, I did pay the cost in other ways, and it was pretty much wasted. But a lot of guys spend money, gotta buy the bigger house, the nicest apartment. Now, I'm not in no way saying you shouldn't, enjoy life. I'm all about enjoying life, and sometimes you have to spend money to enjoy life. But, just in excess, that's like a consumer. A minimalist tries to live the most simple life possible. I kind of went on a tangent giving examples. I was supposed to give, a definition. So, well, basically, a minimalist is opposite of a consumer. And then the definition of a consumer, I gave examples, but I'm going to give definition. A person who purchases goods and services for personal use. A person who buys and or uses up the goods. A living thing. Well, this is another definition, which is kind of different from the point that I'm trying to make here, but it's still giving you an example of what a consumer is. This is kind of more of a allegory or symbolist or, symbolic, metaphorically. A living thing that must eat other organisms to obtain energy necessary for life. So in a way, that is also another example of an example of a definition of what a consumer is. And a minimalist, they do everything in their power to not be a consumer. Here's some more examples. This is real key here. So basically, a minimalist or the minimalist lifestyle is a tool to rid yourself of life's excess in favor of what's important, so that you can find happiness, fulfillment, and freedom. Minimalism can help you get rid of. Now, I'm reading off notes that I wrote so I can make this video. Get rid of our discontent. B, reclaim our time. C, live in the moment. Now, you hear this a lot from a lot of content creators talking about minimalism. Live in the moment. So that's a prime tenet of what minimalism is. D, pursue our passions. That's another point that other content creators speak of. E, discover our missions. That's another one. F, experience real freedom. Now, when I'm giving you a side note, I'm highlighting those are the main things you hear about if you look up the subject minimalism. Create more, consume less. You hear others talk about it. H, focus on our health. I, grow as individuals. J, contribute beyond ourselves. K, rid ourselves of excess stuff. I discover people, well, that too, but discover purpose in our lives. And those are all the different tenets and characteristics and examples that I found on my own from different sources that is spoke about. Wow, I sound so uneducated when I said that. Talked about. But my whole thing that I want to add to that is minimalism is a form of being red pill. And the reason why I say that is because honestly, I feel I'm a minimalist. Now, I didn't really seek this lifestyle out. This is a trend. It's a trendy thing to talk about. I think a lot of these people just want to be a so-called minimalist because it's the thing to do. It's one of the trending things to do nowadays, honestly. But I feel I'm a minimalist due to circumstance. And along with me becoming red pill with women, red pill with life and society, well, I've always been kind of red pill, but I was foolish and I just didn't accept what was told to me because I wanted to go along with the lies and propaganda and BS that all of us was told growing up and even in our adulthood, until it just smacked me in the face. So along the while I'm becoming red pill, I became a minimalist due to circumstances and situations, and I became that without even knowing that there was really a word to it. After being a minimalist for so many years, again, due to circumstance. And I hate to attribute labels to myself. You've never really heard me do that on my channel. But if there ever was a label or a definition that you could attribute to Neck of the Woods, it would be as a minimalist. That's one of them, I guess. I cautiously say that, but also understand I'm doing that not as a trendy thing, because I've never been into following trends. I try to just do my own thing without any labels to it. And after a lot of research, I realized that I'm doing something. I was already living the lifestyle because I thought it was necessary for me to do so. I'll probably talk about this again in the future. If anyone is interested, just leave your comments in the comment section, just saying that you're interested in hearing more from me. I mean, I am going to talk about this topic more in the future, but I just want to introduce you all to that from my point of view. Minimalist being a form of red pill lifestyle. Anyway, Neck of the Woods, that is all I have to say on this matter.